Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Your name is Aliyah.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So Aliyah, nice to meet you. My name is Teacher Bentley.
Okay.
All right. And how are you today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for
Okay.
asking. All right. So before we start with
Mm-hmm.
our class, I just want to greet you happy Lunar New Year.
Thank you.
All right. So maybe you are now preparing for something special today.
No, not today.
Not today. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. All right. So, for our class today, are we going to talk about an article or
Yep.
are we
Uh,
going?
Tably
Uh-huh.
for prisoners. I
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there. So I think this is a very nice article, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tablet for prisoners. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And have you read
Yeah, I
about this?
read. Yeah, I've read it.
Okay. All right. So, can you tell me about this? Do you think this is good or something weird?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, but it is
Mm-hmm.
also weird. Um,
Okay.
yeah, the reason I think it is a good idea is it can make prisoners less violated. If
Mm-hmm.
they can do something, then they it can reduce their violence, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it is the same uh, with the people. If we don't have to, we don't have anything to do, then we think about strange thing. So in the
Mm-hmm.
prison, if they can keep in touch with their family or friends, and then there are yeah only inmates, and yeah they are a little bit violent compared to normal people, then they
Uh-huh.
might yeah fight each other, so it can cause a bad effect. So if they can listen to music or read books, yeah
Mm-hmm.
um, it would cause a good effect. So that's why
Oh.
I think it's a good idea. But
Okay.
why I think it is also weird
Uh-huh.
is yeah, like mentioned in this article, there are a lot of people in the world who can afford the tablet PC. They didn't commit any crime, and they are good
Mm-hmm.
people, but they are poor. So yeah, but even yeah people uh, who did bad thing can use the tablet, but
Uh-huh.
good people can't afford yeah to use it. So I think it's a little bit unfair. That's why I think it's
Okay.
weird.
All right. Okay. So very good. Insights, very good opinion on regards to our article today. So first, let's talk about the good part, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
said that it can make prisoners less violated.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. So for that one, I just want to correct it. Maybe you can say it like this. It can
Mm-hmm.
make prisoners less violent.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. So yes, that's right. So of course, tablet, we can access a lot of things in there as long as we have internet connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So maybe this police officers from the U.S. They have given this for the prisoners for entertainment, for fun, and like what is mentioned in our article, for them to get closer to their families. Maybe they can use Facebook or to chat with their relatives,
Do
right?
you think those things are those things are allowed to them? I think no.
Okay. For
Really?
me,
Mm-hmm.
in my own opinion,
Mm-hmm.
they also have the right that
Mm-hmm.
uh, yes, we can say they have been in prison for like 20 years or 30 years. So maybe
Mhm.
they have suffered um, what they have done,
Mhm.
right? But of course, for these prisoners that we have here, they also have their families. They also
Mhm.
have their wife or children.
Mhm.
So maybe we can be a little considerate. We
Mhm.
can give them a chance to talk to their loved ones just using this tablet,
Yeah, I
right?
think it's good for them to communicate with their loved ones. But
Yeah.
I mean, now I mean in the prison, I think
Uh huh.
using Facebook or Instagram uh, is not allowed. Yeah, I just
Mhm.
it's my guess. I don't know
Oh,
the fact, but
yes, that could be.
they said emails are allowed, but
Mhm.
they limited many things. So the
Mhm.
tablet is not internet enabled.
Yes,
So
that's
yeah,
right.
so Instagram and Facebook, yeah, I doubt, yeah, they can use
Oh,
them or not.
that's right. So yes, it says on the article, those tablets will not be internet enabled, right? So
Mm-hmm.
of course, how can they use Facebook or how can they even send email to their loved ones, right?
But they can send the
Mhm.
email because, um, yeah, it says it is,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it can be possible because they maybe unlimited. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. So, talking about um, sending email to
Mm-hmm.
the loved ones, yes, that could be. And it also says in here on the article that uh, they called it a huge step forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the reason is, as we had on our article, it would lower tensions between the prisoners and guards,
Mm-hmm.
right? So maybe in the U.S., I don't know, I'm not really sure. Maybe they really have this tension between prisoners and guards,
Yeah.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'm not really sure if this is just an advertisement or like to show off
Mm-hmm.
something. It's like a stunt wherein maybe they can show it to the public that here we are giving free tablets to prisoners, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So um, for your second answer about about this article being weird,
Mm-hmm.
um, of course, it is not allowed. It is not really allowed to take in some any devices inside the prison. Of course, it can be or it can result to a bad thing. These prisoners might contact some of their buddies outside, or you know, worst thing can happen if
Mm-hmm.
they have an access to
Mm-hmm.
contact someone outside the prison,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, they can escape from the prison.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Of course, it's high. Nowadays it's modern. It's high technology, so
Mm-hmm.
they can just contact anyone, and then they can try to escape from the prison, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, any more opinion about this?
About what?
About our article?
Our article?
Any more opinion, or do you have anything to add?
No, actually, I have some questions. Not,
Oh,
it's
okay,
not about my opinion,
okay.
but first one is okay. This sentence.
Mm-hmm.
So they can order certain music, books, and videos and write about reports of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
So they can write about reports of abuse.
Yes.
Why it only mentioned about abuse? Is there any special reason?
Oh, in my own opinion, of course, people inside a prison, we don't know what they are incapable of.
Mhm.
Guards are really tough. Of course, prisoners are also tough. So maybe that's why they have mentioned here that there are some tension between prisoners and guards.
Mhm.
Sometimes, um, I'll, I'll- maybe I'll be giving an example. Here in our country, in some prisons here, the guards here don't really treat our prisoners that good.
Mhm.
So sometimes they don't give food for the prisoners. They hit them whenever they did something wrong. So maybe that's
So,
why.
do you think report of abuse would be about the guards, what they did to
Um,
them?
yes, I'm not really sure, but yes,
But
it's
if
also.
but if it is like that, then why the guards welcomed the tablet? It can be dangerous to them if they
Hmm.
make a report of abuse. What the guards did them, yeah,
That's
badly.
right.
So I
Yeah.
think it's not about the abuse of guards abuse.
So
Maybe
what do you think?
oh, actually, that's why I ask you. I can get the yeah,
Uh-huh.
get the hint of
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
But maybe they committed many crimes. So,
Uh-huh.
or yeah, that's why yeah, it is about the topic would be about yeah abuse. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any good idea, so that's why I ask
Oh,
you.
okay. All right. So yeah, that is just my own opinion regarding that
Okay.
because I have read a lot of news about it. I have seen it on the news. Um, uh, but I'm not really sure regarding here because this is in the U.S. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
they have a different system
Mm-hmm.
um, compared to our system here.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
anyway, it is about
Uh
the
huh.
abuse of guards. I think guards are not allowed to then make that report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just my opinion
Okay.
because yeah, I just related to what is happening here in our country.
Uh-huh. Okay. And
Yeah.
I have another question.
Yeah. Sure.
That sentence, some said it was a good example of how crime pays. So,
Oh. Okay.
before this sentence, it said police officers are questioning why convicts are getting free tablets. And then I think a good example of how crime pays. So,
Mhm.
uh, inmates actually they did the wrong things, but they get they can use a tablet freely,
Mhm.
not freely, but anyway, or without paying any money. So, but a good example of how crime pays, why it can be a good example?
Okay. So regarding this phrase or regarding this sentence,
Hmm.
some said it was a good example of how crime pays. Okay. I really don't get what they're trying to say in here, but so maybe it is about okay. So of course, police officers here um, doesn't agree, right?
Hmm.
Why this convicts or prisoners are getting free tablets.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they are against it, but they said it's a good example how crime pays. So it's a little bit opposite.
Yes, something like that. I don't really get what they're trying to say in here.
Hmm.
Okay, so hold on, let me just check it here. Okay, so I'm not really sure. In my own opinion, or based from my own understanding, um, I think even if this prisoner had committed a serious crime, um, of course they have their right. I mean, they still have their rights to have an access or um, to have this free tablets, just like
Hmm.
what we have in here. based on our article, um, they also have the right to stay closer to their families.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, I can understand what you are trying to say, but
Hmm.
if it wanted to say that, then I think that sentence had to be placed in front of however police officers are questioning. So some said it was a good example of how crime paid. However, police officers are questioning. Uh, if the order is changed, then I think yeah, it makes sense. But anyway, yeah,
Hmm.
even I um, yeah he listen to your
Yeah.
explanation,
Huh?
yeah, I can get it.
Yeah, and of course, in addition to that,
Hmm.
they could have just do something like for the homeless or for the people who are sick, right?
Hmm.
So instead of just giving it away from, or instead of just giving it to the prisoners who had committed a crime,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So um, this article or this news, I mean, it is not really common for
Hmm.
me. This is the first time that I have known about this. So
Hmm.
they a lot of ideas are coming out, um,
Hmm.
especially in the U.S. or I don't know
Hmm.
how do they do this or why are they doing this, right?
Hmm.
So it's really questionable. It is really weird.
Hmm.
So yeah, maybe for me, when I had read this about it, um, it's like a public show or like a stunt for me.
What?
A stunt.
A stunt.
Yes. Like
Hmm.
uh, just to show something in the public, what
Hmm.
they have been doing. It's a little
Hmm.
crazy,
Hmm.
right? So yeah, um, they could have just used it in a proper way, right?
Improper way.
Yes, I mean those giving free tablets to those prisoners.
So you think it's proper, it's a proper way?
Oh no, not that
No.
one. I mean the usage of giving away free tablets.
Hmm.
It's not a proper. I mean, what they could have done
Hmm.
first, maybe they have just thought about something else instead of just giving tablets to prisoners.
But you said in the beginning, you said prisoners are has a right to use the tablet.
Yes, but there are more than that. They could have just used it in um, to homeless people,
Mm-hmm.
or they could just use the money to
Mm-hmm.
buy food for people
So,
who are really poor, something like that.
so if you can choose um, two
Hmm.
options, one thing would be to give it to the convict, and
Hmm.
another would be to give it homeless people. Then you would choose the latter.
Of course, I will be sending it to those who are really in need.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, um, Aliyah, that was a good one. Very good discussion. You have shared very informative information regarding our lesson or regarding the article, and you were really good when it comes to defending your own answers. So that was
Okay,
good.
thank you.
Okay. All right. You're welcome. So our class is over now.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you
Okay.
so much, Aliyah, for your participation. And again, enjoy your time today and happy Lunar New Year.
Okay, have a good day. Bye.
You too. Bye.